for Sunday's 55th annual Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He had a lap of 27.705 seconds, 194.911 mile per hour. Jimmie's 33rd pole. He now moves into a tie for 20th on the all-time series poles list with Fonty Flock. It's a name from the past there for sure. Your first pole in 214, your fourth pole at Charlotte. You've won twice from the pole here at Charlotte. You won the 2004 Coca-Cola 600 from the pole, and then the fall race in 2009. So coming into Charlotte now, Jimmie, sitting on the pole, Coca-Cola 600. Things lining up pretty well for you, I would think.
Yeah, it's nice to have a fast car off the truck. I think we were second or third in the first practice session. We go back to last weekend. I think we ran the fastest lap in qualifying in the All-Star qualifying. And, you know, decent car in the race, struggled a little bit in traffic. So as we get into practice on Saturday, that's really going to be the goal for us. And I think we've got some good ideas to help secure the car up and help the clean air balance versus the in-traffic balance that we've been working on. But in qualifying today, it was really interesting to start with the sun kind of out and the warmer track temp. And as the sessions went on, the grip level came in, the adjustments we made to the car got the car better and better. And to have my fastest lap around here come on the third time out on the racetrack is just kind of mind-boggling the way that works out. So very proud of the team. We had a strong race car all day, and obviously happy about our performance.
Take questions now for Jimmie Reed and then to Jim. Reed, then Jim.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. In fact, you're the only driver to win from the pole here since 1998. Can we infer from that when you qualify well here, you're a threat to win the race? And second, is the track starting to maybe become more like it was when you dominated before the repave?
I don't think it's there yet. It's definitely getting rougher, losing some grip. In the All-Star race, we saw that 4 tires definitely were better than 2. So it's slowly coming. And whatever the composition of this asphalt is that they put down, it's tough. I mean, it's taken a long time to finally give up and get to this point. So we're getting into a sweet spot, I think, and I feel like the next 3 to 5 years it will continue to evolve and get us closer to where we were before and really provide some great racing. That was the first part.
When you qualify well, do you feel like you're a threat to win your race?
Yeah, I mean, we've won a lot of races from the back too. In today's form of racing, though, track position is so important. A good pit stall pick. So I guess statistically, or maybe looking at the odds or something, the better you qualify, I think it will show a better performance on Sunday. So we feel good about it. There's no guarantees. Obviously, with 600 miles, a lot can happen. But we're so happy to be starting in this position instead of 20th or something.
Let's go to Jim Utter.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. You get asked quite a bit about not having won a race yet, and you repeatedly talk about how it doesn't bother you. But do you get the impression sometimes that it's almost as if people want it to bother you? And do you think some people get satisfaction of you not being able to accomplish something at this point of the season?
Yeah, I definitely think there's some people getting satisfaction out of it. But honestly, no matter what I do, people talk about it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. If I'm winning, I win too much. If I'm not winning, why aren't you winning? So I can't do it right either way. So I learned a long time ago to not pay attention to the outside voices and influences and just worry about my race team. And we've been good at and had a chance to win at a few tracks, and then some of our bad tracks we went in there and ran terrible, and I'll be the first to admit it. So I think we deserve fair and a fair evaluation at times, and we've been close to wins, and then we've been pathetic at other tracks. So this is a good track for us. Next weekend's a good track for us, and we need to capitalize on that, on those opportunities, and get some wins. But again, I mean, it just doesn't matter what I do. And it's a good situation to be in because we've had so much success. But no matter what we do, I think they're going to talk about the 48.
Let's go to Jared, Tom, and then Viv. And Bob.
Yeah, Jared Turner, Fox Sports. Jimmie, this is your first poll under the new format. In light of that, should the competition be concerned about what you're capable of on Sunday?
Yeah, qualifying's it's on Thursday. It's so far away. You're really worrying about beating the tires up for one lap versus a fuel run when you're out there. So I mean, it certainly shows that we're going to be strong this weekend. I'm not sure that it sends a message that 2 or 3 race wins would send. That's the position I want to get in. I'd love to rattle off 2 or 3 wins and have people fearing the 48 as they have in the past. I don't think a pole position does that to the garage area, but you got to start somewhere. So if we can start here today and keep things moving forward from here, we'll be in good shape.
Go to Tom, Viv, and then Bob Pockrass.
Hi, Jimmy. Tom Jensen, FoxSports.com. Congratulations on the poll.
Thank you.
There's no real polite way to say this, so I'm just going to kind of say it.
Let it rip.
You weren't very good in the All-Star race last week. You didn't appear to be fast in practice. You didn't dominate the race after winning it the past 2 years. Did you find something different between then and now, or was it just one of those weekends where it didn't happen, or have you had to kind of really rethink setups and so forth?
Yeah, we've definitely come back with a different setup and leaned on our teammates, and the 5 car looked real strong in the race and was able to cut traffic real well. So a lot of credit to all of our teammates and probably most of all to the 5 car and what they did. Our fast lap that we ran in qualifying gave us a great reference point for today in the balance and simulation. Although the setup's different, gave us a nice target to shoot for and balance to kind of build the car around. So we did learn some things last weekend that led to speed today, and maybe we learned what not to run in the race last weekend, and we'll be in much better shape this weekend. Yep.
Viv, Bob Pockrass, and Al Pierce.
Viv Bernstein, New York Times. A lot of talk this year that the racing is better and the end of the race is more competitive, lots of good challenges at the end. Why is it better? What's making it better this year?
It's been a few weeks since I've been up front to see all that. The one race I was leading at California, I thought it was a pretty exciting race. You had a lot of tire issues going on. Looks like we had it in the bag and blow a tire, and the 18 emerges from a decent day and ends up as kind of a surprise winner of sorts. And I think some of that's been going on. When I think of Richmond and how the 22 car was able to make stuff happen in the final few laps and get from, I don't know where he restarted, but kind of deep in the field up to the lead and win. There's been the drama late in the race, and I think that's I don't know what's created it personally. I mean, it's hard to say, and every year NASCAR works hard to tweak the rules, doing whatever they can to help provide great side-by-side racing, and don't know what it is right now, but it seems to be putting on the performance that we all are hopeful for, especially late in the race. I'm sure there's still long points in the race where there's green flag runs and, it's just we're logging miles, but the finishes of these races seem to be pretty exciting.
Bob Pockrass, and then Al Pierce.
Bob Pockrass, Sporting News. Is this qualifying not like a race on the track, but mentally and almost strategically? Is it like a race in the sense of, you have your ups and your downs? I mean, after that first lap, choice words on the radio and everything, and then you have to go right back out and perform.
Yeah, I mean, there is a rhythm, a lot like a race out there. I mean, you get a couple chances at it, and in the past, it was real easy to go out when you would run one lap and be as brave as you could and hope it sticks and just kind of go on from there. But now, you've got 3 shots at it minimum to get the pole. And in that first session, you've got 2 to 3 shots at it, depending on how you work your time and when you roll out. So you do strategize a little differently. You drive it, certainly drive the car hard, but it's not that. You save the real bravery until the final segment. And that's kind of what happened today. Our best lap came at the end, and we got the car dialed in, and I went out there and hoped that my grip level met my commitment level, and it worked out. So it's nice to have that where you can build into it, especially days like today. And then the thing that helps us a lot, and we've been working hard on it at Hendrick, we've watched other cars get faster through qualifying sessions, and that's something the HMS cars really haven't had at a lot of the tracks, and we did that tonight. So we're hitting on some things that should help us run faster longer.
Al?
Yeah, Jimmy, Al Pierce from Auto Week. There were two of your competitors that didn't even make runs. They were late getting out. Does your team have anybody whose sole job is to watch the clock and be sure that you and Chad are not going to waste an opportunity to run? And how does it happen that the two good teams
Who didn't
simply,
go out?
the 20 car and the 4 car, didn't even run?
Really?
They went out too late.
No way. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I mean, do you have somebody that's warning you guys, okay, 90 seconds, 60?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know, and I see a lot of crew chiefs on pit road. Chad chooses to be on top of the transporter where it's a little more calm over there, and he can get a more global view of what's going on, and you know, maybe there's something in that's helpful. But I would assume everybody's on the radio counting down, you know, listening to what NASCAR is saying and then relaying that information. That's amazing. Yeah, that's shocking.
Right here, go
I'm sure
ahead.
there's an interesting meeting going on right now somewhere. Or two of them.
Mike Leslie from Fox here in Charlotte. Jimmy, in the first qualifying session, it seemed like you and Chad had maybe some miscommunications, or it seemed like he was wanting to know what happened out there in the first run. Then you guys come back and end up winning the pole in the final series. What did you maybe figure out between that first run and the last one?
For starters, you know, Chad comes here to win. So when things don't go well, you're not going to get a good response. And we all know that after listening to him long enough on the radio. You know, you just want to know what happened with the car. And I felt like maybe I tried a little too hard and was a little too aggressive. And at the same time, we over-adjusted the car for the session. And then the second outing, we went a little too far with it, back the other direction. And then the third session got it right. So he was just eagerly trying to you know, diagnose what went on, because he initially thought we'd have to go out again in that first segment, which is no fun to put an extra lap on the tires and really hurts your opportunity to try to win the pole. So, you know, with Chad not having a filter at times and trying to understand what was going on, those were some of the choice words you heard.
Back over here to Reed.
Reed Spencer, NASCAR Wire. One quick one. Most people went faster in the second session or on their second laps. Did the cooler track more than offset the tire wear?
Yeah, definitely. I think cooler track, and you know, it was so hot today. I know we over-adjusted for that first segment, and I have to assume that some of those guys did the same thing too. You know, it was so hot earlier in the day, you had to run a tighter race car to get around the corner, and maybe people just didn't adjust far enough for that first segment.
Jimmy, thanks for coming in, and congratulations on the pole.
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.